Saints fans and who that's from all over the world. This is Kyle T. Mosley here with Mr. John Hendrix in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. What's going on, John?
Not too much, man. It's a beautiful day, all things considered, and ready for some football. I've been ready for this one all day.
Yeah,
All week,
yeah.
probably.
Well, it looks like it's pretty cool. I can hear the speakers from the Louisiana. Well, I keep on saying Louisiana, but the Mercedes Superdome, right?
Old school
That's
Louisiana
old
Superdome.
school. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Let's see. Brendan, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Right. And we have Brendan Boylan dialing in. Guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the Saints 49ers matchup. John Hendrix gives us some insights, what's happening with the walkthroughs with the team as well. John, take it away.
Yeah, look, I think the first and foremost biggest observation is a couple things, right? I think Drew Brees had a little bit more prep time. Normally people walk in through. I'm sorry, guys, it might get a little loud in here, but that's expected for sure. But Drew Brees was off to the sidelines doing a little bit more work than normal. Usually everybody clears out, goes, puts their pads on, all the stuff, and then comes back out. Special teams are usually the first one comes out. So that was one of the first observations. Second thing would have been Quan Alexander starting alongside Demario Davis at weak side linebacker, and so is Zach Vaughn starting on the other side of Demario Davis. And then Cesar Ruiz gets to start at right guard according to the walkthrough. So, again, we'll see if it holds true when the game takes place, but obviously there's a lot of meaning here. Saints coming off a huge win against the Bucs. Last thing they need is to fall flat against the 49ers, and it's a team that, hey, look, we can't sleep on for sure.
Yeah, well, Kyle Shanahan will be able to pull out all his trickeration as much as he can to be able to even the tilt. Brendan, how do you see this game going forward?
Well, I think the biggest thing for New Orleans is what John's just said, right? Is especially coming off of a big victory like you did against Tampa Bay, you don't want to come out flat. If anything, you want to come out, control the tempo early, and run the football. Defense in both the road, but or whether that's Thomas Morstead, I think that's going to be a big deal.
Okay. As if you didn't hear Brendan, he said special teams will be a factor as well in the game, especially with Thomas Morstead possibly flipping the scrimmage for the Saints against the 49ers. Teams have done all well, John. How do you see these guys as well?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's obviously key here. I think special teams, obviously, you talk about hidden yardage and a lot of different things here. Another wrinkle, the Ty Montgomery's coming into the lineup. Dwayne Washington's going to be out of this game. Obviously, I think he's going to take a lot of his special teams reps. But, look, I think you look at everything. Will Lutz wasn't the best in pregame warm-ups too. But, again, you're looking at the Saints being able to move the ball is a big story here. Obviously, their offense is full strength. At least on paper, Ryan Ramczyk and Michael Thomas were limited to start the week, but then they were upgraded to full participants in practice on Friday. Breeze and Eric McCoy were limited all week, but obviously they're going to play in this game. So, look, I think you look at all the factors, and on paper, this back half of the season schedule for the Saints bodes extremely well for them. And so, look, the last thing you want to do is sleep on somebody like San Francisco. You got to remember what happened to them last year in the Superdome. That was a game where they got all up on the 49ers. 49ers battled back, really changed the momentum going into the halftime. Saints caught up. Obviously, they took the lead late, but then they obviously lost it late too. So, again, definitely a lot of different cast characters this time around. No Jimmy Garoppolo, no George Kittle, no a lot of people for the 49ers this time around. But, look, I think Sean Payton and the team are going to remember a lot of that. And, obviously, with everything that's at stake, trying to distance himself from the Packers and the NFC, obviously distance themselves from the Bucs, who look to be having that game in hand with the Panthers. That's going to be key here.
Yeah. Also, man, one of these games, they call them trap games, right? Usually when you have a team that's rolling like the Saints and a team that's struggling like the 49ers, coming into this game, sometimes you kind of let down the guard, and we know the Saints corners from time to time play down to their level of competition versus playing up to their level of competition. Uh, Brendan, could this be a trap game for the Saints? Okay. I think we lost Brendan. So, John, what's on you? Is this a trap game?
I don't know about that. I think, again, you look at it, obviously they're 10-point favorites. That means this game's probably going to come down to a field goal, right? Because they were heavily favored against the Raiders. And you looked and saw how that game turned out. I mean, it's just whatever it is what it is. I don't think so. I mean, you got Atlanta right behind them. And obviously there's a lot of emotions that go into that because they're an NFC South opponent. But look, again, you look at what happened last year with these two teams and the way it went down. Look, I think the Saints have a bitter taste in their mouth. That game meant a ton when it came down to it. I mean, these were both 10-2 teams, NFC seeding on the line. I mean, they're one of the reasons why the Saints are third, right? And so, again, that doesn't have as much bearing probably on this matchup. Basically, you're looking at a team that's struggled versus a team that's really hit its streak. They're riding a 5-game winning streak coming into this game after starting 1-2. Look, I think right here now we're seeing and want to see make sure that this New Orleans team is legitimate. They're real. They definitely are the team that we saw against the Bucs and not the team that we saw against, the other teams like that they struggled against. So, look, I think they're going to put their best foot forward. I don't see this as a trap game as well. I just think this is Sean Payton's team about to send another statement out to the rest of the league.
Yes. Statement game is what the Saints continue to do. But, John, let me ask you this. You mentioned Warner. Warner is one of the defensive stars that Sean Payton, even in the press conferences, has targeted as a special player. Who else on the 49ers should the Saints be wary of on defense?
I mean, you look at their roster. I mean, it's just it's been definitely things that you look at as far as specifics. I mean, Warner's a special guy in himself, right? And look, I think it's really going to be how they match up because Jared Cook was a guy who was really good against them last year. And then obviously you take away that concussion, it would have been interesting if he would have been able to stay in this matchup. And Saints have so many weapons. And again, you're looking at a very depleted team right now. And it's going to be hard for them to match up against all of what Sean Payton's going to throw. He likes to mix personnel. He likes to mix a lot of different players on there. I just don't know defensively the Saints have enough more than Warner and some of these other guys that are kind of filling in that it's going to be able to stop the Saints today.
Okay. All right. Any last tips and keys for this game, John?
Look, again, you look at what's happening across the NFC and the NFL today. It's just a great opportunity for the Saints. Obviously, saw what Tampa's done, and again, they're a team that's starting to. I guess they put up over 500 yards of offense. I think New Orleans will come out of here. It may not be the strongest performance, to start. But again, I feel like they're the team that's really been making a lot of second half adjustments this year when, they don't go out and just absolutely obliterate it in the first half. But, look, again, I would expect them to try to get some more pressure here, try to limit what the 49ers are wanting to do. And Shanahan, we know he's a very creative player caller. So, look, I think ultimately New Orleans has got the team that's going to be able to put their all the eggs out there and the basket and be able to move the football down the field, be good on third down, and just be able to put points up on the board.
Okay. Well, how do you see this unfolding, John?
Well, look, I take the Saints. I think a 30-point game is definitely within reach for them easily. I'm going to take them 34-17 today.
Oh, man, we're kind of close, man. I have the Saints 34-20.
Which both means that it'll probably be like 34-30 or 34-31. We can't have two of those or multiple games where we just be able to like, man, what's happening?
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, John, how can everybody find you on the World Wide Web?
Yep, definitely check us out on Twitter at John J. Hendrix. Follow me during the game. A lot of people aren't going to be able to catch this one in the market, unfortunately, in America's Game of the Week. But look, follow us there on Saints News, Facebook Live. We got the halftime show with Kyle T. Mosley and Bob Rose to take a look at during the half. And just keep up with us and check out all our great content on si.com/NFL/Saints.
Good stuff, man. Guys, don't forget, come back at halftime. Bob Rose and myself, just like what John said, will be live streaming to you the report on the first half production of the Saints, but also go to si.com/NFL/Saints for the latest in New Orleans Saints news. I'm Kyle Mosley. That's John Hendrix. John, be safe in the dome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Who dat?